Okay, so say you have too much in your life and you really need to clean out your life. You feel like a hoarder with events and activities and things that you know you should let go of, but you're too afraid to because you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to have to make a mess. You don't want to have to worry about cleaning out your life areas because then you might have other people that are going to have to fill in for you. You're not really sure where to start. It can get messy. It's like cleaning out your basement. When you start, things are going to get messy. You're going to have to move things around. There are going to be some shifts that take place. But you know what? When you're done, what happens? It's beautiful. It's organized. It's freeing. You are not bogged down anymore. You're not holding on to things that no longer fit. You're not holding on to things that complicate your life. You don't have clutter. You're having more peace. You find you have more joy. You're able to use your time, your energy, your resources, and your talents for things that really matter. And that is why cleaning out your life is an essential life management skill. Well, how do you clean out your life? You got to go back to your priorities. You have to know what your priorities are, what's important to you. You need to understand the season of life that you're in, because that's going to help you clear out what no longer fits. I think I said earlier in one of the videos was about being a Girl Scout troop leader, but your girls are now in college or you're at retirement age and you have always wanted to get involved in the art scene, or there's another area in the community that you want to serve and volunteer. You want to get involved in something different. Maybe you want to take off and travel, but you have this old obligation and you just don't know how to get rid of it. Well, this is why it's important to clean out your life and to understand what season of life are you in. Because when you look at your priorities and what you want to do now and the season of life that you're in, and you look at the things that you're committed to, well, do they fit the season of life that you're in? If not, if it doesn't make sense and you no longer need it and you're like, this isn't working, why am I still doing that? How come I haven't? It's like, wait a minute. I got all this clutter here. I don't need to be doing those things. If I free up my time, I can be doing what matters now, what my priorities are now. I can be serving here. I can be involved here. I could be doing this in the community. I could be, you see where it's going? We have to clean out our lives. It's like cleaning out your garage. It's like cleaning out your closet, because you got things in there that no longer matter and they're just taking up space. They weigh you down. They cause stress. They can throw us into chaos. We need to eliminate them. And how we do that is by looking at our priorities and knowing what is important, where we're going, what our focus is. And then we say, this fits, I'm going to keep doing it, or I'm going to add this, I want to get involved in this. And then you create your action plan and you work towards that. Step 1, step 2, step 3, I'm going to make a phone call, and then I'm going to shoot him an email, and I'm going to see if I can't, make a connection here. Just work your steps out. But if you don't make room for that stuff because you're stuck with old obligations, old things in your life that no longer matter or make sense, then you don't have the time or the freedom to do that. And it can stress you out. So it's important to clear out your life regularly. How often? It depends on you. You'll know. If you're volunteering or serving for something, and everybody should be volunteering and serving somewhere. We all, with a properly managed life, we all have time to serve somewhere during various seasons of our lives. Where we serve and what we're doing and how we get involved may be different. It might be one time a month when your kids are little. It might be one time a week. It might be one time a quarter. It depends on you and your season of life and the obligations that you and your family have, things that go on, what your specific needs are. And you're the only person that can determine where and when and how you're going to get involved and where you're going to serve. I don't want people cleaning out their lives so that they're sitting at home going, I'm peaceful because I have nothing to do. No, because that is not using our time, our energy, and our resources, being good stewards of them. We need to be involved and we need to be busy and we need to be doing things. But we don't want to do everything so that we burn ourselves out and wear ourselves out. That doesn't serve anybody. That causes harm. That throws us into stress, panic, chaos. It produces anxiety. That's what we're trying to eliminate. So we have to get to a point where we're cleaning that clutter. We're getting rid of the insanity that's in our lives. We don't need that stuff. This is what we need. This is what we're holding on to. This is what we're doing now. But seasons change, circumstances change, life changes, sometimes at a moment's notice. We all know that. What makes sense for us now? Do we need to back off? Do we need to take on more? What is it? You'll know. I recommend it at least once a year, if not every 6 months. Think about it. Think about the season of life. Think about what's changed in your life since you last did it. Is what you're doing working for you and your family? Or is it stressing you out? Is it causing a lot of adverse reactions, a lot of adversity, a lot of tension, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety? If it is, you need to pay attention to that. And you may need to rework a few things. You might need to let some things go. Now, I always get the question, well, if I'm involved in something, how do I get out of it? Because sometimes it's not that easy. I told somebody that I was going to look for something else. I didn't want to serve in this capacity anymore. I told them that 3 months ago, and they haven't paid attention to me. I'm still on the schedule. Well, instead of saying, I think I might need to find something else to do. I think that I would like a break from this. I think that I'm going to move and maybe try this, is give them a deadline. It's like resigning from a job. On July 15th, I will no longer be available. June 12th will be my last day here. December 2nd, after that, I'm no longer available. December 2nd is my last day that I can be here. So you'll need to find somebody else. If you give them a date, then they have to find somebody else to fill in on or after that, because you've already told them, I will no longer be available. You have pretty much set a boundary, and you said, I will not be here to serve in that capacity. So when we're serving, it's important to understand that we need to make sure that what we're doing, that we're being productive, that we're being good stewards, that we are involved, but that we are not being stuck somewhere where we are no longer serving well, it no longer fits, it's causing adversity in our family lives and things like that. We need to know when to call it quits, when to walk away, when to reallocate our time and our energy, when to switch, when to do something different, when to take away, when to add. We need to pay attention to that, because that is one of the first steps as we look at our priorities and as we compare that to the season of life that we're in. Then we know, yes, we should continue doing this, or no, we need to back up, we need to make some changes. That is how you clear the chaos from your life and restore the sanity. But before you can do that, you've got to know what your priorities are. So that's why prioritizing is one of the first skills that you'll have to learn how to do. Is to grab a piece of paper. These are my priorities. This in each life area is what my priority is, because you've got to have that in order to do all of the rest of this. So cleaning out that chaos, cleaning out your life is another life management skill that you will use a lot as you go through life.